I'm tired of listening to that. Hey,
Yeah. So
I
hey,
think
we live already. So let's go ahead and go in. We just live on YouTube and Twitch and Twitter right now, so not Facebook. But
okay.
hey, I couldn't even wait till tomorrow to cover this. But um, this blowout and this convincing win that this 3-5 40 down. I mean, it was 3-5, 4-5 now. Uh, they came out and punched him in the mouth, man. They got running backs that they wasn't counting on at the beginning of the season. So Mitchell was out there, and then this Wilson cat that came in. I wasn't even expecting that. If I would have known something about him, I would have grabbed him in fantasy. But he come out there, he running. Then they got Debo Samuels coming out of the backfield,
The
running.
bowl.
And they just controlled the game from start to finish, running the ball. Jimmy G was 11 for 11, but he wasn't throwing nothing no further than 6 yards
No need.
until later. I mean, they really treated him like the Patriots treated Mac Jones the first 5 weeks. You know, hey, just run the ball. Use these running backs. We go use two running backs and a receiver at running back, and a lot of reverses and tosses and I like that little toss they do where they actually don't toss it outside. It's a toss right up the middle. I like that. I think
Hmm.
I seen UCLA do that a couple of times. Not UCLA, but LSU used that a couple of times when they had Ware in the
Yeah,
backfield back in the day. I
yeah.
like that little play. But yeah, anyway, I'm rambling. They blew them out. They controlled the game on all three phases. Defense, offense. Uh, Stafford was out of sync. Um,
Hmm.
Odell Beckham don't have a connection yet with Stafford, and that
Let's
defense
take a
just couldn't
minute.
stop the run. Couldn't stop the run at all. So
No.
go ahead. What's your thoughts? Is it panic time for the Rams?
Yeah, because you got to go to Green Bay next. You don't want to lose three in a row. You need to
Yeah.
figure out. You need to figure out some kind of way. You got a bye week. You
Yeah.
do. You got a bye week, but you need to figure out some kind of way to beat Green Bay. I don't care what you got to do. If you got to borrow, beg, lie, steal, cheat, whatever the hell you got to do, you have to beat Green Bay in Lambeau. And it
Hmm.
snowed there last week.
Yeah. You
You
think
have to beat them.
Green Bay might have some type of bulletin board material that Odell chose the Rams over them? You think they got you think that's something they can use as motivation?
I mean, yeah, it may be. I mean, I don't really think that at this point now. Aaron Rodgers might use this motivation, like, see, you should have came and caught these passes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I mean, he could. I don't think.
I,
I don't
I
think the
still,
team will.
I still don't understand why he chose the
Man, he
Rams
should have went
over
to
the
Green
Packers.
Bay. God, he
Should have
should
went
have
to
went to
Green. That was a
Green
no
Bay.
brainer to me. That was a no brainer. If they could make the contract work, I just don't understand what the hang up was.
Man,
I mean, you talked about
man,
that as soon as he signed. It was like, I mean, yeah, I mean, I thought it would work, but
I
I was
guess,
like, dang, how
like,
you pick
bro,
them over the Packers? Oh, how you
like,
pick
bro,
Stafford over Aaron Rodgers?
bro. So listen, in Green Bay, right? Like, you are almost like Aaron Rodgers is looking for somebody else to throw the ball to.
Right.
Like, please just come take this ball. You know what I'm saying? Like the Rams, I think tonight you see they have to have a rhythm, right? And their offense is a rhythm offense. It's a quick hit offense. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, let's go, let's just keep going, let's keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. And
Right.
if you don't fit in that rhythm, then you're not really gonna get utilized like that. But vice Green Bay, like Aaron Rodgers is just playing good old fashioned football. Like, he is 5, 7 step dropping and throwing the ball down the field. But he's looking for somebody other to throw other than Devontae Adams, and it could be a slew of people, or it could have been Odell Beckham.
Well, they got a little rhythm too, though. I mean, because the
They
one
do
thing
some
that
quick hit stuff.
Green Bay will not do is they will not abandon the run, and
Nope.
I gotta give that credit to uh uh Matt
The
LaFleur
head, the head
because
coach, yeah.
he remember when the first year he got there when him and Aaron Rodgers was butting heads because LaFleur wouldn't give him the freedom
Full
to
reign of the
change
offense.
to change the plays at the line. And
Mhm.
that's something you do with a rookie quarterback or a young quarterback. You don't come in and tell Aaron Rodgers after he done won MVPs and Super Bowls and is one of the GOAT quarterbacks. You don't come in and tell him, "Hey man, don't change my runs. If I call a
Yeah.
run, that's what we're doing, right?" And that's kind of what they butted heads with the first year, and then the second year they had a better understanding and stuff like that. But now you see is a method to the madness, right? So that's one thing I like about Green Bay. The Rams didn't do that today. The
The Rams
Rams,
don't do that.
well, I mean, I thought they was doing it at the
No.
beginning of the season. I saw them running. I mean, I think they probably would have run more if Cam Akers wouldn't have got hurt.
Yes, hell yeah. That's who
Yeah,
that running game was predicated around was Cam Akers. Cam Akers been gone. He been
yeah.
gone. He been
But
gone
but,
for 9 weeks now.
but even when they was on their win streak, they wasn't so pass heavy like because
They ran the
I was
ball
real.
1 week, and that
I
was the
thought it was
first
more than
week
that.
they had.
I thought it
That
was
was
more
the
than that.
first week they had Sony Michelle. They ran the ball with him.
Anderson
Since
still be
then,
getting his though, and Anderson is getting the ball.
you talking about Henderson, C.J. Henderson?
Yeah, Henderson.
No,
Yeah,
no.
he's getting the ball. Not
He got
CJ.
300. He got 300 yards rushing
think it's
for the
Daryl
season.
Henderson.
Daryl Henderson, yeah, he
Yeah,
got 300 yards rushing for the season.
he they're running it, and and
They're
and
not running it.
Henderson has missed a couple of weeks too because I think Sony Michelle had to start 1 week.
Yeah.
So I mean they look. I will say this: tonight was the worst I seen their run pass ratio be. And I could be wrong. It's just from the eye test. I don't think I've seen their run pass ratio this bad. And I saw it in the first two series. They came out and threw three straights. When they had their first series, there was a three and
Hmm.
out. Well, it wasn't a three and out. He threw an interception on third down.
Hmm.
Um, I was like,
It was three and out.
yeah, I was like, where's the run? Where's the run play? Like San Francisco clearly came down and was like, we about to run this down your throat. They
Yeah,
didn't have no run play, and three plays interception. San Francisco kept it almost the rest of the quarter, right?
yeah,
And then they get the ball back again. Was like, hey, I guess that was their game plan. And maybe they saw something in the defense that they could just pass all night. I don't know.
yes. No, they didn't. So their offense is to throw the ball. They feel like that their run game is the quick pass to Cooper Cup. That's what they feel like their running game is. And you got
Sure.
two, you got two small running backs in the backfield that can't catch.
Well, it looked bad. San Francisco had their best game of the season. Looked good. Jimmy G held off Trey Lance for another week. He bought him another week.
He bought him one more
Uh,
week.
but hey, but
He
hey,
bought him one more week.
anybody could have threw them 5 yard passes Jimmy G was doing.
Hey
Like
man, hey man, hey,
anybody could have threw
whatever
that.
works, whatever works.
Anybody could have threw them little 5 yard pass. I think Kittle had 5 catches and wasn't nothing more than 6 yards.
Nah, he just all you gotta do is go in there and get dirty. Um, they did. Their game plan was to run the ball off tackle, line up, and Eli Manning even said something on that little ESPN2 thing we were just talking about a few minutes ago. Aaron Donald lines up shaded to the right, they run to the left. He lines up shaded to the left, they run to the right. There was one play where they were getting ready to run left, and Aaron Donald moved over to the left, and you could see Jimmy Garoppolo switch everything around. He started switching everything around, and they ran right. Run away from him. That's their strong suit.
Mhm.
Run away from 99 because 99 will mess your whole program up. As
Yeah.
long as I stay away from him, and them defensive ends, they too little. They have excellent pass rushing defensive ends and Fowler and Von Miller. Von Miller's still trying to get back right. You know what I mean? Like he don't look like he's right. But he's trying to get himself back right.
I seen Von Miller look good on one play.
Yeah,
On
he
one
just don't
play,
look
and
right.
He's not
I
healthy,
seen
man.
Nah.
he went offside. He went outside and spent inside, and I was
Mhm.
like, "There go Von." And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say he rushed Jimmy
He
G. I
just
can't
he
remember.
right, yeah, made him throw. Well, it was just a little 4 yard pass anyway, but he was in his face when he threw it at
Yeah,
least.
yeah. And that was
Um,
about it.
but yeah,
Oh no, no,
so
no. No. He blew up a run play early on their first
Yes.
possession when he lined.
On
He
the
Yeah, that
first
was
possession, he did stick
yeah,
his head in there and
that
blow it
was
up.
his only
Yeah,
tackle
you're
for
right.
loss too. He
Yes.
only
and
had
he
three
got
So
tackles on the night.
and
yeah.
he got blocked in
So
the back on that.
he did. Yeah. But
He got
inside of
blocked in the
five,
back.
you can put your hands on the back.
But
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 go ahead,
I'm
Fubu.
I'm looking at their rushing stats. Of course, tonight they did terrible at running the ball. Only had 10 carries for 52 yards. That's not
That's
going to cut
trash.
it.
10 carries.
That's
That's trash. That's
that's
crazy.
trash. But they are showing a trend here where they if they commit to the run, they'll get some success. So even going back to week one, Chicago, they only ran the ball 23 times, only got 74 yards. Next week against Indy, 29 carries, 101 yards.
That's better.
Against Tampa Bay, 24 carries, 76 yards, which is against Tampa Bay's front four defense. That's not
That's
bad.
not terrible.
That's not
76. Is
terrible.
that what you said?
Yeah,
Yeah,
76.
that's not bad. And that's the
Yeah,
game that they won.
yeah, game that they won.
Yeah.
Arizona, they toted the rock 23 times, 121 yards.
I was
Seattle,
surprised.
which,
I
yeah,
look, they just practiced the run game in that one because they was getting their ass beat. They was trying to protect Matthew Stafford. I
yeah,
remember that. They started running at the end of the game
yeah.
just so Matthew Stafford
Just,
didn't have to take
yeah,
no more
just to save
hits.
them.
Yeah.
Seattle, they ran the ball 29 times, 118 yards. Against the Giants, 34 times, 131. Detroit, now this is one that shocks me. They only ran the ball 19 times, got 47 yards against Detroit. And they
Yeah.
went down to the wire with Detroit in that game.
Yeah.
Detroit was tough. That was a
Yeah.
tough out for him.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Houston, 31 carries, 165 yards at Houston. He's supposed to do that.
Yeah.
Tennessee last week in that Sunday night game, they ran the ball 21 times for 94 yards. So it's like it's hit or miss if they want to run the ball or not. But the games that they actually stick with it, and even if they're not getting yardage, they're still either in that game or they won that game.
Yeah.
So I would say it would say well, with the exception of one that kind of throws my whole theory off. The worse the team, the more they run, except for Tampa Bay because they ran the ball against Tampa Bay,
Yeah,
I,
and
I,
that's hard to do.
I don't
It
care
is.
what team it is or how good their pass attack is. Whenever I see that imbalance and I don't see that you're using that run, I don't like it at all. I don't care what team it is. And because you heard me say the same thing about Kansas City. I just don't like it. And I don't care if you're
oh,
winning
I
or
don't
losing.
like it neither.
Yeah,
I'm rooting for the team, and I don't like it.
yeah.
You
I
have
would love.
if you build a lead, right? If you get a lead in a football game, like or even if the game is close, but your offense is showing a tendency, the other offense is showing a tendency where they seem like they don't have an issue moving the ball. The best defense to play is a run game because it takes time off the clock.
Mm,
But you have to score when you run.
Yeah.
You can't just drive the ball down the field and settle for field goals. And then I put this high powered offense on the field and they scoring seven. Because now I'm down 7-3 and this whole ball clock management thing just backfired on me. You have to be able to score touchdowns with it. Like you have to.
yeah.
So it's great to have a run game, but if you're gonna run the ball like that, you better
Yeah,
be putting points.
but 10 carries, 52 yards. Come
That's
on,
terrible. That's
Yeah.
that
terrible.
and we talked about it just a second ago on ILW Sports. When you literally take your offense and cut the playbook in half and say we're just going to do this and totally neglect this, you get what you get tonight. The offense just
Yeah.
wasn't in sync. Higby, I don't know what he had the drops all night, cost a touchdown,
Yeah.
and that didn't
I was
help.
thinking, was it cold tonight?
No, I
Mm,
think it was a little misty in San Francisco, but not enough that
It's
you.
not cold.
He had the ball in his hands and was juggling it, and then a great play by Ward for picking it off and taking it to the house. But
yeah.
man, you
They
can't
got
put your team behind the eight ball like that.
they got Debo
This
Samuel tonight. That's what
this
happened to him.
this
Yeah,
this loss
Debo,
had to happen,
Debo,
man.
Debo, they ass.
This loss had to happen for them if they go make a run at the Super Bowl. They had to lose this one early to figure out, hey, look, man, we can't come out here and just finesse and think that we just go pass rush and everybody. These people came in and punched us in the mouth on offense and was like, we just go run it like Corey said, we go run it toward your little small what they had Floyd on one side and Von Miller on the other side. We just go run it. And you can't play pretty boy defense. You have to play smash mouth. And I know y'all don't like that.
Hey, Mel, I hate to say it. I hate to say it. Corey's tape might got a little bit of life now, bro. It
You think
might
so?
got it got a little life, man.
Well, I mean, so if they make the playoffs, then the take is bad.
No, no, no. He said they weren't going to make the playoffs, and what I'm saying is, if you look at this these last 7 games, Rams ain't got no more cupcakes.
They got that, but they don't. I mean, come on, they don't need cupcakes to win ball game. They just got to play good football.
Hmm.
Like, I mean, you don't look down the schedule and be like, oh, these are good teams. Well, we done. Nah, I mean, like they just got to play good football. Do you think if the Rams play good football, they can beat those teams? I mean,
No.
in order for them to make the playoffs, remember, Corey, we was talking, they already got 7 wins. They get 4 more, they get 11, right? You think they can get in with 11
I think
wins?
they'll get in with 11 in the
Yeah, you
NFC.
get in 111 in
Okay,
the NFC.
so
I think you
so
get in with
so
11. You need to go
the
4
last
and
20
3.
games, they need 4 of them.
No, no, and I'm agreeing with you, Mel, because I'm not saying that just because they got good teams on the schedule that it's over. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that when you had a team like San Francisco who's coming in at 3-5, 3-6, you got to get those victories
Sure,
to make sure that you avoid any kind of disaster at this back half of the schedule.
sure,
Because I mean, you got Rams, you got Cardinals again, you got the Ravens. Vikings is a scrappy team. They're not going to lay down for you. And as Buffalo about Jacksonville, they're not going to lay down for the Rams.
sure.
So all I'm saying is it makes that path a little bit tougher if they play like they did tonight when they were just so disjointed and self-inflicted wounds and 10 carries on 52 yards. If you do
Yeah,
that against the rest of the schedule, you might as well go ahead and book your trip to Aruba.
yeah. But if they don't play like that, like they played bad football tonight, they kind of been playing
Well, they played bad
the
football last week too. That's 2 weeks
they
in a
played
row.
bad football last year. Yeah, yeah.
Like you talking about like they needed like they needed or they gotta have this type of loss. Like they had that type of loss last week and they did nothing to improve from it. It's the same type
Okay,
of loss.
okay.
So yeah, I mean I'm starting to press a panic button a little bit because my next game I gotta go to Green Bay. We can't lose three
Yeah,
in a
that's
row.
tough. Yeah,
We cannot lose 3 in a row.
you can't play bad football against a team that was dead in the water. Give them life in your division, and then you got to mess around and go play daggone Green Bay. Yeah, that's gonna be a rough one. But
And they gonna take that. I'm telling
the
you, Aaron Rodgers gonna take that. He just a little bit personal.
Hey,
Just a
he
little bit.
might.
they get the
Just a
benefit
little
of the
bit.
doubt of going into a bye week. So they got 2 weeks
Yeah.
to game plan. They got 2 weeks to
Yeah,
figure out what they're going to do in offense. That gives more time for Odell to get acclimated with
A
Matthew
little rhythm.
Stafford,
Get a little
little
rhythm.
rhythm,
yeah.
get comfortable with each other because they're going to need that. Because right at the bye gate, man, it's at that point where you can't have games like these last 2 weeks.
No,
So
you're right. You're right.
they play a red hot Green Bay team, right? Coming
Yep.
out of a bye week, which you probably need 2 weeks to prepare for them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you got Jacksonville, who you said, I mean, they've been playing football, they've been playing good, decent football lately, which is okay,
Defensive
whatever.
wise, defensive wise.
Yes, defensively, they've been playing good football. And then right after that, then you gotta go to Arizona.
Yeah, and then follow
And
that with
Arizona,
and then follow that with another division game with Seattle, who's going to be trying to fight for a playoff spot. So,
yeah.
You you
uh,
you, you think Arizona is gonna be a tough? You think their defense still rocking like that, or
Yeah, I
no, their
think they
defense,
just
yeah,
I think
yeah.
yeah, their defense is rocking. I just think they miss Kyler Murray. He'll be back.
Oh, they missed
all
Kyler
right?
Murray big time. They
Cole
missed.
Well,
McCoy, Cole McCoy came out last yesterday and just laid just blew.
yeah. So
Man,
speaking of the Arizona Cardinals, man, they played without Hopkins, played without their quarterback, Kyler Murray. Colt McCoy is
yeah.
out there. AJ Green trying to do what he can do, and Carolina came in and like
Hey,
brought it to him, man. Cam comes back. You know, he gets 2 touchdowns, one running, run throwing.
yeah.
A lot of naysayers is still saying, "Hey, look, man, it's just. I mean, he just ran a goal line run and threw a 2-yard pass. I mean, it is what it is, man. Like, don't
It's
get
what you
excited about
call
Cam Newton.
it's what you call 14 points.
Yeah, that's what you call 14 points. It's not hard. It's not easy to get. It's not
No,
easy to get.
this is the
Touchdown
NFL.
hard.
It's 14 points.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it. I think that it was a. I smiled so big, man, when he took his helmet off and yelled out, "I'm back, man." I didn't
I'm
know. I
back.
couldn't stop. I couldn't stop laughing and giggling and shit.
I'm
I was
back.
already feeling good because the Cowboys had just put that throttling on Atlanta. But once I saw that, man, I was like, man, I can go get some food now. I'm ready to go. So I mean, I told you like Cam is probably my favorite player. Like
Right.
he's one of like he's definitely my second favorite player of all time. And
Right.
I love Cam. But just to see him back in Carolina and back comfortable. He had the towel on his head. He was on the sideline. He had the whole sideline excited. And this is and this is in Arizona. You know, like this ain't in Carolina. Oh God, when they go back home, oh my God, it is going to be that big ass drum gonna be pounding again.
Keep
Everything
Yeah.
is gonna
pounding.
be wild around there, boy. When he get back to
Yeah.
Carolina, it's going to be crazy.
Keep
Yeah. You
pounding.
ain't lying. You ain't
And
lying.
that's all he keeps saying is keep pounding. That hey, I'm telling you, that's a wild card team that sneaks into the playoffs,
I said the same
and you
thing.
got to mess around and play them the like first round of the playoffs, and it's not going to be friendly.
It's not gonna be friendly, but look. I've been critical of Cam a lot, but I gave him his props on the energy that he interjected into that team. Robbie
Yeah.
Anderson the week before was just huffing and puffing on the sideline,
Did you see? Did
cussing
you see
mad.
how he? Did you see how he was talking
Oh, he
to
talked dirty to Sam.
Sam Darnold?
He was talking to him like he didn't give a damn about
Like
him,
he
man.
had that look on his face like this.
Like
When
he wanted
somebody
to
talking to
fight
you
him,
like
bro.
this, like yeah, they want to fight.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah,
Yeah.
a week later, you see
You know
smiling.
what Cam is?
you see
Mm.
the energy in that locker room, bro.
What is he, man?
You know what Cam is? A freaking winner.
Yeah.
He's a winner. He's a winner, and he's got talent. Like he ain't like Tebow. Tebow's a winner
Not the
with no talent. Well, no, Tebow's got talent. Tebow's got talent, but he don't have talent as a
What
quarterback.
talent? What talent did Tebow have?
He's a good.
Tell me.
Tebow is a good football player.
Okay, so why didn't he
Tebow
just
is a heck
go?
of a football player.
Was he? Was he a good football
Yeah,
player? He's a
he was
quarterback
a
that
good
couldn't throw.
football player.
Moving to
Well,
fullback then.
he wasn't a good quarterback, but he's a good football player. I could take Tebow and play rugby with him right now.
Yes, I give you that.
So
Wait,
if you're an NFL football player and you're really good, you also can play rugby. I can't play rugby with Tom Brady. Tom Brady is a great quarterback. He's not a good football player.
You would kill him. You would get him. You would get Tom killed. You're trying to get Tom killed.
I can't play rugby with Tom. I can't, man.
Nah, Tom ain't signing up for no rugby, bro.
Listen,
Hey man, hey, hold on, man. I come off Facebook jail in 22 minutes, baby.
Okay, all right, but look.
I'll explain it in a minute.
Okay, if the NFL didn't make rules to make the quarterback position play less football than every other position on the field, we would see different quarterbacks in the NFL. The NFL made the rules for a person like Peyton Manning to be in the same sentence with a Cam Newton.
I think that your statement would be absolutely correct if you were talking about in the 80s and the 90s. Now quarterbacks are athletes. Tom Brady and all these cats, Tom Brady's 45 years old. His time is coming to an end. If you were talking about quarterbacks
they're athletes, but they're the worst athletes on the field for the most part.
I don't know about that because I'm taking Lamar Jackson, Deshaun Watson, Aaron Rodgers, Kyler Murray. Like these are the best athletes on the field.
No, not the best athletes on the field. No,
shit,
they're throwing to the best. I guarantee you, all them names you just named, Kyler Murray, Hopkins is a better athlete.
No, guaranteed he's not.
Aaron Rodgers, Adams is a better athlete.
Maybe.
Yes. Yes. What was the other
I
one you named?
guarantee you. I
Lamar
guarantee
Jackson.
you.
Lamar Jackson might be the only one you name
I
that's a better
guarantee
athlete than the
you.
guys he's
I
throwing the ball
guarantee you. I guarantee you. You take Aaron Rodgers to motherfucking Lifetime Fitness right now. He'll drop 25.
What's up, fellas?
to. What's up, Nick?
Guarantee.
I agree. I
Guarantee.
agree with you. Wait.
Guarantee.
But listen. I'm not saying
Mhm.
they're not great athletes. I'm saying they're not as great as the guys they're throwing the ball to.
I don't know.
And
Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray. Hey,
okay.
Kyler Murray was the number 1 draft pick in a Major League Baseball draft and an NFL draft. Come on, man. You gonna tell me it's a better athlete? Get out of town, man. Listen, these quarterbacks today are not like Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. They're not.
Wait. So
don't wait.
Your argument is all right. So let's back up. Let's back up to what I said.
What's the topic? If I could just ask, what's the topic?
Quarterbacks being athletes.
We was talking about Cam. We was talking about Cam, but
okay.
I made a statement. It might have been bold. I made a statement that we was talking about Tebow. I said, man, Tebow's a phenomenal football player. Well, I said Cam is a winner, and I said, and Tebow is a winner as well, and
with talent,
with talent, but not quarterback talent. I said he's a football talent, and I said I can take Tim Tebow right now and play on any rugby team. Because he's a good football player. That's how I look at football athletes in the NFL. Now, as far as quarterbacks in the NFL, there are rules that kind of make them capable of being on the same field with these other phenomenal athletes. If those rules didn't exist and it was more like rugby, Tom Brady couldn't play.
It only protects him in the pocket, though.
He just couldn't. It protects him everywhere.
No, it doesn't.
You can't hit Tom Brady.
Once you leave, but he don't leave the pocket.
No. Mel's right. You can't touch Tom Brady. That's a given.
Okay, but he's 58 years old. You can't touch him. They won't let you touch him. That's taken away. I mean, he could get Social Security right now.
Corey, they NFL hasn't allowed Tom Brady to get touched for the last 20 years.
Can I finish?
The last time Tom Brady got touched, we got the tuck rule.
Yes. So here's the thing, right? And which goes back to exactly what I was saying. Like they protect quarterbacks in the pocket. Tom Brady don't leave the pocket.
No.
When's the last time Tom Brady left the pocket?
Because he knows
these rules. Exactly. These
Tom Brady
rules are
special in the Super Bowl. If he was a phenomenal athlete and caught that, I guarantee you, nobody go take his head off.
Promise you, he wasn't gonna catch that ball.
He didn't want to get hit, dog.
I don't give a damn if it protect him or not. He made a when he saw that football in the air, he made a business decision.
I got one from Mel. I know he's been waiting for it. Tom Brady gave up on that route like he was Odell Beckham Jr.
There it is. He came down the sideline, man, and he looked.
Right.
If you notice, his arms never left this position.
Alligator.
He jumped in the air and he did like this.
Man,
he was not finna catch that ball.
He had nothing but turf in front of him. It wasn't no defense, man.
Hey, you want some of this old man? No.
If Tom would have just caught the ball, took 3 steps and ran out of bounds, we would have been talking about that for 10 years, right? But listen, the only thing he thought in his mind is, I'm gonna catch this ball. These people are gonna see that I run a 6'2" 40, which we already know that, right? And somebody gonna run me down
40, bro.
6'2" 40. Once they catch me, it's going to get real ugly when they get here, right? Because I'm not in this pocket. There's no protection. It's gonna get ugly for me. So he made a business decision. If I was him, I would have just slapped the ball down to the ground and been like, that was too easy. Y'all gonna have to come with something better than that.
I'm checking out of that play at the line of scrimmage. Check.
Well, look.
Ain't finna embarrass me.
Y'all, this is the last thing I say about that, and then we'll try to get back to this Cam.
Go ahead.
I want me and Nick been going back and forth about Cam for like two shows, so it's good that we get to had this little face-to-face combo. But the last thing I say about Tom Brady, that Tom Brady is a low-key showboater, but his showboating is not the same is like somebody like a Odell or T.O., right? His
Oh,
showboating is different.
he's not a
right?
showboater. He's an arrogant fuck, and it comes out of his pores at times. There's a
Yeah,
difference, right? Showboating,
Yeah.
you got pizzazz, you got charisma,
Tom Brady.
you know how to
Tom
deliver
Brady
on the stage.
looks like the
Brady's
guy
just an
that
arrogant
stands in the
fuck.
mirror that just says, "I shit excellence."
Yeah, but
I
see,
shit
see,
excellence.
the reason.
You're waiting for
So-
Tom Brady to do the.
Yo, Corey, you wilding right
You know,
now.
I
bro.
wake up in the morning, not just piss excellence.
Yeah,
You're waiting for
But
him
look-
to do the Talladega Nights. Yo, we
Right,
wake
right.
up in the morning, we just piss excellence.
Yes, bro.
the reason why I said that
Yes.
though, Corey, is because he wanted to do that Philly special because it was done to him. What did Philly did it to him the year before, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
Right. So Nick
And throttled
Foles
him.
and Philly did it the year before, and he just wanted to do it. That was his way of trying to showboat. It was, and he wanted it too bad that he just, I guess he was thinking about.
But they did
scoring
it
a
at like
touchdown
the
and then he catch
4-yard
it.
It seemed like a great idea.
Right. Yeah.
right?
To that
Am I
ball
right
was
with
in
that?
the air.
I recall.
To that ball was
They
in the
did that
air.
at like midfield when it would have been
Yeah.
like an 8-yard gain. It wasn't a
Listen.
touchdown. Like
No,
it was a shitty play call at a shitty time that potentially put your quarterback in a bad position.
Right.
Do that shit
But
in the end zone where it's catch, play over, no need to
but
run.
he thought about it, right? He looked and what probably happened was the ball was in the air and he caught a glance of one of them linebackers say, "No," and take off running full speed. And he was like, "Hell no."
Nope. Don't want this. Don't
I'll
want
tell you
this.
exactly.
All right, so
what it was.
let's get into the
remember
weeds.
Chappelle's show?
Go ahead, Nick.
Remember Chappelle's show? That ball was up in the air. He looked at it. He looked at fucking play call. He's like, "Fuck your play call." Kind of like he fucking
Yeah.
couch.
For real. For real.
He's like, "I don't
All
need
right,
this
so
shit."
look, let's get into the weeds with this thing that me and Nick been going back and forth about it. So y'all been on your show, y'all talked about it today, and I was in the comment section. So it's different to try to type something in versus I can verbally say it, right? So here's my thing with the Cam Newton. Not that you can't look at his throwing percentage and say, that's too low for a quarterback if you want to win, right? Right. There's no disputing that. My only thing is I think it's a different tone and a different consistency when it comes to calling somebody like Cam an inaccurate quarterback when his other quarterbacks is just as inaccurate or worse that we don't never hear anybody talk about. So my thing is, why is it always whenever Cam come, and even if he did something good, we still can't celebrate it. We still have to say, yeah, but he's inaccurate. Or like you said earlier, even when he scored the touchdown, he took his helmet off. He's a me guy. But we had no issue with Aaron Rodgers telling the Bears, I still own you. Right. So these are the
the penalties taking the helmet off, not the words. My issue is with the Emmitt Smith rule, which has been around since the late 90s. Everyone knows you don't take your helmet off after a touchdown. That's the issue, not the words.
That was planned.
Oh yeah.
Wait. But how does that spell me guy?
Because when you take your helmet off, you're hurting the team. You're getting a 15-yard penalty.
And line
Like,
about having
Cam is a great physical
line about having the vax, is that me guy?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Is that me guy? So you see the inconsistencies I'm talking about. I took my helmet off and got a penalty.
But that's a penalty in the game.
I lie. But Aaron Rodgers got suspended for a game. That hurt his team.
He didn't get suspended. He had to miss the game.
He missed the game.
He didn't get
got
suspended. He had to miss the game.
He should have got suspended. He should have got suspended.
The rules say a unvaxxed player, if you break the rules
break the protocol
and get COVID, you break the protocol, that is an automatic 4-game suspension. Aaron Rodgers got fined $15,000 and they called it a day.
What happened with Cam
14.
Newton when what happened to Cam
14,
Newton?
it wasn't even 15.
Wait. What happened to Cam Newton when he had permission from the team to leave outside and he's unvaxxed, and then he came back and got suspended, and that's when Mac Jones supposedly won the position as a starter, right? That didn't happen to Aaron Rodgers.
No,
it didn't. So
no, Rodgers ain't gonna lose his position.
Aaron Rodgers absolutely did what you would call a me guy situation. But the inconsistencies is you're not going to call it me guy because it's Rodgers, and for Cam you will. That's the bias I'm coming with, and it may be unconscious, but the bias is there.
Now, the only other player,
call it a selfish thing because everyone has their choice with this. This is an outside of football thing that affects their job. So the rules are if you're unvaccinated and you get it, somehow you're deemed as a threat to people. But that's a different topic for outside of sports. But the way the NFL has designed their penalty is it's automatic 10 days. If you're unvaccinated, it's 10 days, which doesn't make sense.
If you're unvaccinated
and you get
14 days.
No, it's 10.
Vaccinated players get 10. Unvaxxed is 14.
No, vaccinated players aren't 10 because guys are coming back in 6 days. Chubb will be
back.
No,
those are vaccinated players.
Yes, they're less. They're like
Aaron Rodgers is not.
You have to have 2
Aaron Rodgers is not vaccinated.
Correct. That's why his was 10.
No. His is supposed to be, here's a whole bunch of stuff that the rules state that you are supposed to do as an unvaccinated player in the NFL that Aaron Rodgers did not have to adhere to.
Then that's an NFL issue. Then
that's an NFL.
It is.
He's still in
that's
that
an NFL
10
issue.
days, though.
But getting the
hell no, he ain't been out no 10 days.
This is the only part I know of. So this is the only part I could speak on. If you're unvaccinated and you contract COVID, it's 10 days. And then at day 9 and 10, you have to test negative both days to be eligible to come back. He caught it on that Tuesday where the test came positive. So that following Saturday, this past Saturday at 4:00, they had to activate him by then. So he had to pass Friday and Saturday's tests as negative, and then he was eligible to be activated. But if you have the virus, if you have the vaccine and you get it, I think after 4 days, you're eligible to test to see if you're negative. And as long as you get the same thing, 2 negative results, back-to-back days, then you're eligible to be reactivated.
Well, even after you explain it, Aaron Rodgers still didn't sit out 10 days, but that's neither here nor there. My whole point is the inconsistencies. I'm telling you, you're going to find every opportunity you can to point out something that's selfish or me guy about Cam because you personally, for some reason, don't appreciate Cam's game. You don't like him. You want him to be more
it's
of
not
a
true. I've given him credit when he played well. I've given him credit when he played well.
Yeah, but you've given him way more than his fair share and his deserving criticism. And I don't see that same criticism for guys that are equal or lesser to his talent as a thrower.
Let me address that. Let me address that right now.
Hold on. Let me say, Nick. Let me say this first before you start because this goes right into what you're about to say. For unvaccinated players, watch. Unvaccinated players. For unvaccinated
COVID, Nick, that's what I thought.
For unvaccinated players, you can't go to bars, nightclubs, restaurants, none of that. Like you under the same protocol that you were under last year. That's the same protocol that you're under. You have to wear a mask on the sideline if you're not playing, right? And then you have a 10-day, you're right, a 10-day quarantine if you test positive. After that 10-day quarantine, you have to have 2 negative COVID tests in a 24-hour period. So you're really out for 12 days. There is no fucking way Aaron Rodgers has been gone for 12 days.
No. Day 9 and 10, you're eligible to have those tests.
No, it says after the 10-day quarantine, you have to have 2 COVID tests in a 24 with 24 hours apart. So that's 12 days.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Right. So Sunday. So if you miss a game on Sunday, so if you test positive on Sunday after the game, right? So you test positive on that Sunday, you miss that next game that Sunday. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You'll be eligible to play for the next game, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Ain't nobody testing positive for COVID right after the game. That's not going to happen. If Aaron Rodgers tested a positive on a Sunday,
that came out last Tuesday.
So Wednesday, he was positive.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
It was that Sunday leading up
Wednesday,
to the
Thursday,
game.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Saturday, Sunday should have been his negative. He should have missed 2 games. He should have missed 2 games.
Friday was the 11th day. You're mad because you want home field advantage, and that's all you give a shit about.
Right. No, I just want.
Don't want to go to Green Bay. Don't want to go to Green Bay.
She got that cold. But
all right, let me.
No, I just want the same rules though.
I hear you, but if you look at the point when the point that we find out about and the point that they found out about it, that starts the quarantine period. The minute he left that building. So Friday was the 10th day. He could test Friday after that 240-hour window ends. He tested Friday at 4:00. He tested Saturday afternoon. He had the 2 tests within 24 hours. They had to activate him by 4:00 to play on Sunday, and they did. But getting to what Mel said, here's my response to it. Guys like Cam, Beckham, who put themselves out there, right? They have charisma. They got bravado. They do self-promote. Would you agree with that so far?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Here's why they get the smoke. It's like the Cowboys fans. And let me finish. You always get the "we them boys" or "we lose." You see the post on social media. I'm going to be a Cowboys fan for life. Even after losses, they got to put themselves out there. Why do you think Cowboys fans get so much shit? Because of the fact they put themselves out there. They make themselves a target. Am I saying anything that's wrong? You're a Cowboy fan. Tell me, Secret. If I'm wrong, say it. But you know you do it. You got the memes ready to go.
A lot of shit. I do.
But I'm not talking shit. I'm just saying how it is.
No, I talk a lot of shit.
Right.
So when the Cowboys lose, do you basically have to shut your phone off because you know all that smoke is coming at you? Like
no, because I'm fully aware that I know it's coming. But I got shit for that too, though.
That's the point that I'm trying to make to bring it back. When you want to put yourself out there in that manner, you're gonna be more critiqued. You're gonna get talked about, and that's what they want. We're talking about them now, 2:30 in the morning on a podcast. That's what like Cam and Beckham want. They want to be the topic of conversation, whether it's good or bad.
But Nick, the difference is and it was kind of what I was saying in the comment section earlier, is your bias or your dislike, because you said you're a coach and you're a team guy, and you don't like guys that are not about the team.
Who think they're bigger than the team. Correct.
Exactly. So that's why I was saying that's where your bias come from. Your bias come from guys that appear to be me guys. And I said you're disguising your critique like, oh, it's about his completion, but it's really you don't like him because he's a me guy. You get what I'm saying? So if you came out the Cam and said, I'm critiquing you so hard because you're a me guy, then I wouldn't have anything to say. But if
that's not true.
But hold on, but if you're critiquing him because he's inaccurate as a passer, then I would say, all right, the next guy or whoever his counterpart is also inaccurate. I don't want to hear you give him a pass, critique him on being inaccurate as well.
I don't think I've ever given anybody a pass on anything. There's just some guys who are talked about more often. I think Lamar will testify to that. I've thrown Sam Darnold under the bus. I've critiqued him on his play. But
yeah, but you threw him on the bus based on him holding the ball and throwing interceptions. Not
same thing I say about Cam. I say that they're inaccurate. Oh, Sam. I said Thursday, Sam is Cam. They hold the ball too long. They don't make quick decisions.
That's totally different. That's totally different. If I'm saying there's a difference,
I'm saying they're the same player. They're the same quarterback, just without the flash.
They're not the same player. One wins and one don't. One MVP.
One hasn't won in a while.
One was on top of the league, and one's never been on the top of the league.
2015, and I gave him credit for a great MVP.
Never been on top of the league.
But he's not that player anymore. So you can't keep the same analysis in 2021 as you did in 2015.
You're moving the goalposts. Remember, you said Cam is Sam, and I'm telling you that it's
right
not
now.
Even close.
Now.
No, it's not even right now. Not even right now. It's not even close. Sam's completing 59% of his passes. 59. Last year, Cam was in the 60s.
He was at like 61 in New England. But
and that was
in one of
that
the
was
most
a damn
favorable
year.
quarterback
And that was
passing systems ever, where everything is get the ball out quick, let the guys catch and run.
So are you gonna take Mac Jones's good play this year and attribute it to the fact that they get the ball out quick, or are you gonna say he's an accurate quarterback because he's at about 69, almost 70%?
I think Mac Jones is a carbon copy of Brady. He's not very mobile.
You see what I'm saying? Wait, you see what I'm saying? You just said Cam's percentage was based on the system in
Jones has had
New
multiple
England.
games above 70% completion.
Okay,
you didn't see that,
but
Cam was short hopping receivers on 12-yard outs.
You're attributing the accuracy to the team, but when it's not Cam and it's somebody else on that same team, whether it be Matt Castle or whoever else, or Brissett or whoever else was in New England, you're not going to attribute it to the team. You're going to say,
they weren't winning.
Accurate.
They weren't winning. They were awful the last 2 years. They're winning with Mac Jones, though. But they're winning with Mac Jones. But you just attribute. I'm not moving the goalpost. I'm using your words against you, and you're not a fan of it.
You are,
because you just said
you're moving the goalpost.
Because you just said, and I quote, "They won with Cam." I'm saying now they're winning with Mac Jones, and I'm moving the goalpost. I'm putting it back where you moved it. You said word for word. Cam has won. Sam didn't. I'm saying Mac Jones won in that system.
You're talking about 100. You're talking about 100 different things. When I said Cam was winning, I was giving you the differences between him and Sam.
And then you brought up New England, and I'm giving you the differences between Mac and Cam in New England.
I didn't ask you for the differences. The reason why we brought up Mac and Cam in New England is because you said the only reason why Cam was accurate in New England is because New England is New England. And I was like, then how do you not attribute that to Mac Jones as well? And you said,
but 61% in New England is piss poor for them.
Come on.
But 61% in New England is piss poor for them with what they've run in their offense and what they're running now. 61% in New England is piss poor from a quarterback.
Mac Jones is completing he's at 69.8%.
As a rookie.
And would you say, and my whole point is he said Cam was just throwing short passes. Would you say Mac Jones is airing it out, or is he throwing short passes? He didn't throw anything over 8.
As the year goes on.
He didn't throw nothing over 8 yards until 2 weeks ago.
But he's evolving. They protected him until he learned the system, and now you expand the system.
He looked exactly like Jimmy Garoppolo looked tonight.
Grows and develops. If your quarterback never grows and develops, you can't evolve.
Let me ask you a question.
That's why Cam was cut. He didn't evolve in that system.
Is Carson Wentz accurate quarterback to you?
At times.
He
has good games and bad games. I think that's an honest answer. He has good games and bad games.
Wait. Lamar. That's the definition of inaccurate. Lamar. Good games and bad games. He's up and down. He's inaccurate.
Mac Jones completed 83% of his passes yesterday.
He did. Stop playing. He had a phenomenal game yesterday.
He did.
Wow.
Phenomenal.
83?
Yeah.
82.6.
I think he was 26 of 32 off the top of my head, something like that, right?
And Garoppolo did the same thing tonight.
Yeah.
16 of 19.
Are you saying those quarterbacks was really airing it out, or they getting managed? They were
doing what the system required. Listen,
they get managed.
It's not just me. Carolina cut him. New England cut him. Nobody signed him until Carolina got desperate. Like, it's not me. Like, that's the book on him. Like, you're making it sound like I'm making it up, and he was like in the Pro Bowl the last 7 years.
So I don't think you heard me at the beginning when I started this. At the beginning, I said I'm not talking about his numbers. I'm not
19
disputing.
Or 23, Corey.
Hold on. I'm not disputing. 3. I'm not disputing what his percentages is as a quarterback. Not disputing that at all. My only beef is the inconsistency in how you come after him versus the guys who are equal or lesser than him.
So
that's my only beef. So I don't even know why we're having this conversation about his numbers.
Mel, I understand what you're saying, right? But I think you chose the wrong argument to go about it, right? Because
I told you exactly what my beef was.
You talk about Cam and you go to Mac Jones. I would have went to Cam and Aaron Rodgers because Aaron Rodgers is the biggest me dude in the world.
Look,
He is the biggest me guy in the world.
We're talking about a quarterback passing the ball.
He is a me guy on the field, and he is a me guy off the field.
Off the field.
What he did with his team and COVID and lying about it is it should have got him suspended for 4 games, right? It should have got him suspended for 4 games. It should have taken this team completely out of the playoff race because you see how good they are with Love, right? That's what it should have done, but it didn't because the league protected him. The league has a bad habit of protecting players that are
bring money. Bring them
revenue money. Exactly. They're bringing their money.
It's revenue. You can't take Aaron Rodgers out of equation.
You can't take him. You can't take him out of the equation because
it's
you
just
lose
not
money.
Revenue though, Lamar.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
It's always about revenue with the NFL. It's always about revenue with the NFL.
It's all about money.
It's image as well.
Because agreed. But to me, if you really look at Aaron Rodgers as a person, his image is fucked up.
He's an asshole.
He is a jerk. He fucked his sister's guy. He fucked his brother's
his image
fiance.
is acceptable though. His image is
not acceptable.
No.
His family.
Is it acceptable for the NFL?
It's not. It's acceptable for the NFL because he makes
what he does. Because what he does on the field. That's why it's acceptable.
Why it's acceptable.
Yeah, and I'm not saying it's right, but that's business. That's what any business is going to do. They're going to give leeway to people that bring in money. That's if I have a prime time game at 3:00 on a Sunday, right? And I got Green Bay versus LA in 2 weeks, right? And Aaron Rodgers is not in that game and it's Love. People ain't gonna watch it. They turn it
I need him on the field.
So Corey, I'm gonna tell you why it's not just about.
Wait. Let me say this: the Chiefs-Packers game was the highest rated game of the season, second highest rated game of the season, besides the Cowboys and the Bucks, and Rodgers wasn't in it.
Yeah,
because
people
I think
tuned in to see what they would be without him. Now
without Aaron Rodgers, now we know. Now we know.
Yeah, now we know. So
all I need is the NBC rainbow. The more you know.
This is the reason why I said it's not just revenue, Lamar and Corey. Is because Cam was coming off of an MVP season, he got in the Super Bowl, performed poorly. Panthers performed poorly as well. I mean, Peyton Manning performed poorly as well. So that's not
that was the second worst played Super Bowl ever.
Right. So my point is Cam was big for revenue for the NFL, and he was almost the face of the league. You got Brady looked like his light was dimming. You got Manning that was doing his swan song
6 years ago, and we thought Brady's light was dimming. Jesus Christ!
Right. and then here's Cam. Like, okay, is this gonna be the horseback we ride on? That we make the face of the NFL. And then he made those comments after the Super Bowl
about the women,
about the officiating, and he hate losing and all this stuff, and he just was a poor sport from the beginning. Right then and there, the NFL decided it ain't gonna be you, Cam, right? And what happened the next season after that? They played the Broncos first game, and they let Von Miller and Wolf and them boys come and take Cam head off.
They was taking his head off that game.
And for 6 straight weeks, all because Cam Newton complained about the officiating in the Super Bowl. For 6 straight weeks, they proved the point to him that you go keep your mouth shut, and they let them hit him all in the head, late hits, helmet to helmet, hands to the face. He for 6 weeks he took a beating.
They do that to young quarterbacks now. Lamar Jackson doesn't get those calls.
Well, my point is, if it was about revenue only, they wouldn't have done that to Cam. So it's about revenue and image. Who do we want to represent our brand? And when they choose, it's not going to be you. You're not going to get the calls. You're not going to get the benefit of the doubt. And if Cam would have came out and did what Aaron Rodgers did, it would have been a whole different story. So it's not just revenue.
They go upside what's his name's head like that too.
It's just not revenue. Based on my example, it's not revenue.
They go upside. They go upside. They go upside Patrick.
It's revenue.
They go upside Patrick Mahomes.
They want to protect.
They go upside. They go upside Patrick Mahomes' head the same way.
They go upside Lamar Jackson, Mahomes. I mean, you can name a list of people not named Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers that don't get those calls, and there's some good names on that list.
We talked about it yesterday,
or
last week also. Zach Wilson gets twisted up, late hit, low hit, which you're not supposed to do. Another Tom Brady rule besides the tuck rules. When the Chiefs knocked him out in 2008, he got hit low. And
you can't go at their knee. You can't go at the quarterback's knee.
Quarterbacks below the knee. Zach Wilson gets hit like that by the Patriots. No penalty. Mac Jones, twist up the ankle. No penalty. Yesterday, twice, the Bills there was a play that was dead at the snap, and Mike White rolled out. 7-8 whistles go. And a player like basically Brock Lesnar and Suplex City, Mike White to the ground. No penalty. So the league does choose who. Go ahead. The league, I agree with you. Like I'm making points that agree with you that the league does turn a cheek on young, inexperienced, I haven't arrived yet players, and you will see referees pull people off of Brady. They will interject themselves in between.
You see Brady get in hot situations, and the referee will blow the whistle.
Yeah. Hey, did y'all see that shit a couple of weeks ago when somebody made Brady threw an interception and a defensive end was just going to walk to Brady to block
and the
referee got in between the way, and I'm like, where did they? And the play was still live on a live play, and I've never seen nothing like that. I'm like, well, damn.
Like I said,
I get it. So
the biggest question in the offseason was this, right? Who's going to get the referees in the divorce? The Patriots or Brady? It looks like they split it 50-50, right? Like it looks like they split it. Some of the refs stayed in New England. Some of the referees went to Tampa Bay.
You think the Patriots
because you still see both of them getting calls?
Oh, hey, bro.
The Patriots still getting those calls?
Bro,
they get some calls.
No, we just showed the clip last week on show. Literally, Mac Jones got hit by Brian Burns. Brian Burns strip sacked him. Brian Burns gets up to walk away from Mac Jones. And Mac Jones literally like Kurt Angle locked his foot and twisted him and took him down. There was no penalty. There's not a such thing as a fine or anything. No. But CeeDee Lamb gets fined $20,000 for having an untucked jersey. Aaron Rodgers gets fined $14,650 for not being vaccinated.
For being detrimental to his team.
The cut.
Look, we all agree with you. There's inconsistencies with the NFL, but I just think we differ you're saying is not just revenue and you're saying it's image. I'm looking at the NFL, who's a $1 billion company who loves being on top of the sports world, loves being talked about, most generated sports. And some of the things that they call to me seem revenue based, as in we need to have the best bottom line because we need the viewership. So we make sure that tweak this a little bit for Aaron Rodgers, tweak this a little bit for Tom Brady. You know, the people that's going to put the butts in the seats and the money into the NFL's pocket. If we differ, that's cool. But I think we still agree that there's inconsistencies throughout the whole NFL.
It's not even different. We're saying the same thing, except I'm saying it's not just revenue only.
Okay.
We're saying the same thing. I think we all four agree.
Definitely. I want to add something to what we just said. And this goes with against the league. There was somebody with a lawsuit against the league, and this is going to open up a rabbit hole, I know. Kaepernick had a lawsuit against the league that would have exposed collusion. And I think he did a really big disservice taking the payout, signing the non-disclosure, and never exposing what the league did to him. Because if he exposed that, maybe a lot of this shit goes away. But now we'll never know.
A lot of what goes away?
Of the collusion of owners or the league, or whatever's going on with the collusion of
the blackballing of certain players
or not being
blackballing players.
Let me ask you this, Nick. If it was that juicy, how much do you think they had to offer? It was an offer he could
100, at least 100. I'm on record. At least 100.
Yeah.
At least 100. And they gladly cut that check so the beat goes on.
Yeah.
And I'm pissed off at him because I'm on record with Lamar.
250.
$250?
250.
No way.
I wouldn't be surprised if each owner came up with 10 mil to put into the pot to get to him for the. I wouldn't be surprised.
Wow. I wouldn't doubt if it 320 sounds about right.
Wow.
320 is 320 to the league.
Y'all really think he got that much?
Yeah. I mean, because
to be quiet,
I think minimum is 100. I think minimum is 100.
Because Nick,
I think they came to the table with 100, and he was like, "Hell no."
Nick, check this out. One team, one owner, Kansas City, gave your quarterback how much?
400.
I know it's over how many
it can
years?
Be up to 10 years, 500.
Right. So he gave your quarterback 500. So that's one team. So you think out of 30, what is it? 32 or 30? 30 owners?
32.
You think out of 32 owners?
Well, technically 31 because Green Bay is a majority like public traded ownership, but 31.
So how much money you think 32 of them can come up with for cap?
Well, Goodell kicked in for their team, right? He's like, oh, I don't want to get exposed. I'll kick in there.
Did you know Goodell make $80 million a year?
Bro, I just saw last week.
He's made 30. He's made up to 80, but it depends on the league's revenue, his payout. That's his contract with the owners. Why do you think they're protecting Rodgers and putting him in the
pocket, dog? Goodell in the money, dog.
All right, so
he's got a fucking shitty looking basement.
Nick, let's
you do, man. You think with all that money,
he got an old raggedy 1970s basement,
bro.
Hey Nick, let's put a bow on this Carolina and Arizona. I know y'all talked about it earlier, but in a nutshell, just tell me what you saw in the game. And I think I heard you say that you think it wouldn't have went this way if Kyler and Hopkins.
No,
of course they'd be.
Hopkins and Murray are there. I think it's a much different game. I think the first couple drives, McCoy had fumbled and they had a pick, and Carolina had short drives. I honestly think that Arizona thought they could beat Carolina without them. That's why they rested them another week. I thought they could maybe squeak by if they had the same performance that they did the week before, but it was a shit show. So they had no chance. That game was over before it started.
Both of them were game time decisions. Both of them warmed up in the game like they were gonna play, and then it came out in sweats.
Yeah, because bigger picture, you don't want to lose them for 5, 6, 7 weeks. In a game like this, you'd rather make sure that they're up and up for the playoff.
You rest them is because you need them further past this game, because if you put them against that Carolina defense, that ain't nothing to mess with.
Right. So, and the thing about it is I felt like that they felt like they were about to play an inspired football team, right? And that it was going to be a hard-fought game. And I don't need Kyler Murray running out of the pocket in a competitive game, because the game gets competitive, right? I don't need him running out of the pocket and tweaking that hamstring again. Now
then his foot too, and he's out 4 to 6 weeks. Yeah. And now your playoffs are shot. Well,
we don't need that.
Squeak in, but
we don't need that.
No, you're not going on a playoff run with McCoy.
Plus, they're 71. So
it really don't hurt their standings in the defense.
2 weeks. No. Rodgers doesn't play. Arizona loses. Rodgers comes back, and now Green Bay is in the 1 seed. Like, it's been a crazy 3 weeks. They beat Arizona, and then they lose Rodgers. They lose to the Chiefs, and then Rodgers comes back, and then Arizona loses, and now the Packers are in the 1 seed. It's nuts this year, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Started from the bottom. Now we here. Started from the bottom. Now my whole cheese here, baby. Started from the bottom. We coming, boy.
You got one more week.
Coming.
I thought you were singing about the Packers. That was the only reason I was
Enjoy it.
Sit your ass down.
Enjoy it.
Corey, what did you see with Cam and Carolina, and he's supposed to be starting next week, man? And what you expecting?
I saw a energetic team. I saw a team that looked like they really wanted to be on the field and play football. I saw a team, as soon as Cam scored, the entire team ran down to the end of the field. He took his helmet off. He screamed. The head coach is jumping up and down and clapping and jumping on him. Like, I saw an inspired football team. And I think it's going to be a dangerous team, because that was in Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that wasn't at home. Once they go home and they get in that crowd, they're gonna be hard to handle.
Boy, they keep pounding.
Did you also see ticket sales go up?
Ticket sales went up as soon as they re-signed it.
Yeah.
People took them worn jerseys out the closet. They like, shit.
Yeah. Price is double.
They're gonna have that hologram with that big panther jumping around the field again.
That was terrible, bro.
That's scary. That shit was scary as hell. I'd have ran.
I'm gonna be real with you. I don't even think they're gonna have a Panther this season. I don't think
I like
this game
my adult
be
beverages. If I'm sitting there and I'm 15, 20 deep when I walk in the stadium and I see that shit, no, I'm freaking out. I'm
gone, bro. I am out. I'm gone.
Look, I don't even think it's gonna be that Panther jumping around this next game. I think it's gonna be actually a hologram of Cam jumping around that bad
boy. Yeah.
I heard that ticket sales did go through the roof. They went from 10 to 13 a ticket for this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Hey.
Hey, listen, Cam's a winner. You can say everything you want to say about him as far as him having a low completion percentage and some of his throws being off. I got a theory on that. I'll let you hear it in a second, but he's a winner, man. That dude.
My theory.
Wait, Corey. He won everywhere he went, man. He won everywhere he went, including the NFL. Right.
My theory is simple.
What is
Listen to me. He ain't had no receivers. The best receiver, Ted Ginn Jr.
That's part of it.
Would you be accurate with Ted Ginn Jr. as your best receiver?
Can I ask you a question? The year he won an MVP and went to the Super Bowl was his best year statistically as far as completions. However, Ted Ginn was his number one receiver, and Ted Ginn also had about 14 drops that year.
Greg Olsen was his number one receiver.
Yeah, he still had Greg Olsen in his prime.
You can say Greg Olsen, but that you got to go deep, and when your deep threat is dropping wide open passes.
Yeah, but
did he still have Benjamin? Did he still have
Benjamin?
He was in Buffalo. He was in
Buffalo. No. Benjamin tore his ACL Super Bowl year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he had.
Yeah, he went to Buffalo the next year. He went to Buffalo the next year. Yeah.
But if y'all really look at, hold on, look at that 2015 Panthers, man. They had the best rushing attack. They had a Super Bowl caliber defense. You know, you're not needing Cam to light up the field and go for 400 passing yards. You just need him to win. And he had a great statistical year. He's
good at that.
He won the MVP. Like what they 15-1?
Yeah, 15-1. They went 15-1. I believe he had
Didn't they lose to the Giants down the end? Is that the
lost to the Giants the last game? They lost to the Giants. They lost to Denver close to the last game. No, they lost to Denver. That was the following year. They lost to they lost in the Super Bowl, of course, but they lost to the Giants late in the year. They kind of one of them games where you throw it away.
Like they were 12-0, right? It was late. They absolutely walked through the playoffs.
Yeah,
walked through it.
Yeah, they did.
They got to the Super Bowl.
Boys up front. You had Luke Kuechly in his prime. They had a good D.
That was Cam's year. It was Cam's year. Nick and Nick. Here comes the conspiracy theories. Emmy. Right, it was Cam's year. It was obvious they was the best team, but it was Peyton Manning's swan song, and the story of the NFL can't be told without Peyton Manning because he's probably the greatest prodigy we've ever seen play the position. Like that, the story of Peyton Manning is just unique. Your dad was a quarterback. He raised two sons. Like you've been playing the position since you could walk. Like that's like you can't even tell it. Like Cam said, you can't even tell a lot that good, right? Peyton Manning is amazing. They can't continue to tell that story of this great quarterback that couldn't win no Super Bowl. You see how quick Dan Marino's story is just dead. So they wanted to be they wanted to be able to keep telling this Peyton Manning, story, but they got to make it fit. So hey, look, man, you about to retire.
Go off in the sunset.
We know you can't throw past 30 yards, but we about to cook this rig up so good.
You being generous. He couldn't pass past 15, man.
I don't know if y'all remember this stuff about Denver. He lost his job.
He did. Well, no, he got hurt that year. He did get hurt.
The ugliest his job. Ball you've ever seen thrown is by Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning threw ugly football from his rookie season till he retired. It was a terrible looking football, but it was there.
That jump was pretty to me, man.
Phillip
Rivers stole like right? No, Phillip Rivers was the
he was like a fucked up waiter trying to carry a tray.
But I ain't gonna diss Phillip Rivers, man. When he was on and he had Vincent Jackson, that was dope.
Mike Evans,
Mike
Gates,
Antonio
Gates.
He used to kill the Chiefs with Antonio Gates.
Bro, remember? Do you remember their starting wide receivers? They had Vincent Jackson,
who was like 6'4".
Mike Evans as a rookie, who was 6'5", and then your slot receiver was Malcolm Floyd, who was 6'3", 6'4".
They had big receivers.
All he had to do was just throw the ball up in the air.
And then you had some guy LT coming out of the backfield.
That's
The fact that they didn't win a Super Bowl is a crime.
Soon as they got to New England, soon as they get to New England though.
Yeah, they crapped the bed.
And then LT got hurt that year in the middle of that game.
Well, New England got their playbook, man. So I mean, that's
good. I see nothing wrong with that statement.
But look.
But let me hit this, Mel, before we close out the Panther thing. I also am on record of saying Cam is a very unique physical specimen, and his style of play fit 10, 15 years earlier. If he comes out around the same time as Michael Vick, if he owns the league and he is that face.
I just think played in the 60s, Cam would be perfect.
Cam played in the 60s. They never had guys 6'5", 260 in the 60s. He'd be too big to play.
Listen, that motherfucker.
But I'm also on record as saying I think Cam is a fantastic specimen and a great player, but I think he's in the wrong era for his skill set. Does that make sense?
I mean, I get what you're saying. I disagree.
I mean, Michael Vick wasn't an accurate passer, but he lit the league up, right? He wasn't an accurate passer until he got with Andy Reid with the Eagles.
Sure.
But he lit the league up, and I think if Cam comes out in 2000, I think that you're looking at more of an all-time great player. I just think his window was smaller because of the transition of offenses and the quick release, get the ball out. The rules of the league have changed, right? Back in the early 2000s, if you were a quarterback who could get out of the pocket and move when they were doing bump and run, you had better opportunities to make a play. Now, like, you can't touch anybody. It's let's get the ball out, let these guys catch it, take a 6-yard route. Look at the Patriots. Julian Edelman made a career of a 5-6 yard catch, turning it into 16, 17 or more. So I just think his skill set fit a different era, and it's a shame because I would like to see
Cooper Kupp is an evolved Julian Edelman. He takes what Julian Edelman did and he morphed it into something more threatening, that's more deeper down the field or intermediate,
bigger, faster, maybe get further downfield.
Yeah, he's bigger and faster, and that's the whole thing about it is when you try to cover him with one person, like Cooper Kupp is going to break a tackle.
Yeah, you protect Edelman with the short.
Well, he still had 11 catches for 122 tonight. I mean, nobody else.
Wait. Before we go back on, let me put a bow on this Cam thing. What Nick just said. I heard what you said. I kind of slightly disagree. I think he's still an all-time great player. I think he's still gonna be a Hall of Famer. Regardless of the rule changes, thing, of course, yeah. But see, here's my little rundown of it, and then we'll transition to something else. But this is my little rundown. He comes in as a rookie. He wants to prove people he can throw. He has a number one receiver in Steve Smith. He's hitting them fine, right? He's progressing into being more accurate. Then they get rid of Steve Smith, right? He's still progressing, right? And then he's making it work with guys like Ted Ginn and Olsen, right? He has his most accurate season. But here's the thing. And I got to credit my boy Jarrell Bailey, who's the best trainer in the world from Fourth Quarter Sports. He trained Dennis Smith Jr. and a whole bunch of slew of other people. But he told me when we was talking about shooting, and this is what I was trying to say to you earlier, Lamar. I was like, what is it about Dennis Smith Jr. with all this talent he got? Why is it not working yet? And he was telling me he's a great leaper, great jumper, great dunker. And he said, what I always tell young kids that dunk like that, they dunk so hard and they think it's not affecting their wrists, but they always get worse as a shooter from the first to the fourth quarter, like because they're dunking, they're always hitting their hand on the rim and it's messing with their shot. They don't even know it. with Cam Newton, with them using him like a running back, he's getting his shoulders, hands banged up like a running back, and then he has to throw accurately. And people don't realize that if you want your quarterback to throw accurate, you have to stop letting him take hits, because it's going to affect him even if he doesn't know it. And like you said, he's a big physical specimen. He's 6'5", 260 plus.
They think he can take it,
and he think he can take it.
Yeah.
But what he won't admit to is that you can't get hit on your shoulder all day long if you have to be relying on your arm to throw.
That's a fair assessment.
Right. So I think that's what's going on with the running quarterbacks is all accurate. It's all consistent with Lamar, Cam. The more you run, the more you throw off your accuracy. It's just,
I think if we're gonna go deep into it like that, Cam developed a bad habit when he hurt his shoulder. Cam throws off his back foot a lot. He developed that when he hurt his shoulder. It's more of a protection mechanism, right? Because all you do is just kind of pushing the ball down the field. He's not following through, because to follow through, you got to torque everything, and that hurts. If your labrum, rotator cuff, all that is hurt, like it hurts to rock back and throw the ball. It's a painful pinch in your shoulder, and it hurts. That kind of went through it earlier in the season. Remember with that whole thing where they had to get a pitching coach to come in and actually like give him like a program to follow where his arm would get better. Cam developed a bad habit when he refused to have surgery on that shoulder, and that's throwing off his back foot and kind of pushing the football. And you've seen a difference since then. He can't help it. Now it's in his head. But as you watched him in New England, it seemed to get better, right? Because he started to throw the ball a little bit more fluid.
He got help too. He hadn't been helping since the Super Bowl.
But yeah, he threw a pass to DJ Moore yesterday. It was a slant. It was a little bit behind him. But it was a very catchable ball. But the look on DJ Moore's face when he came up was like, whoa.
Oh, balls right there.
Because it got on him so fast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's not used to that. You know what I'm saying? You'll see Cam get better. Now, Cam has receivers in Carolina. You got wide receivers that can go down the field and catch the ball, and they will catch the ball. I think you'll see
he got DJ Moore. I don't know about Robbie yet. I don't know about Robbie, bro.
Listen, Robbie, I don't understand. There's not a significant fall off of Robbie. Robbie showed you yesterday he can catch the football still. It's just Sam Darnold didn't throw him the ball, and I don't understand why.
Greg Olsen swears by Cam. Yes. Greg Olsen absolutely loves Cam.
Greg Olsen said, when I need Cam and I look up and the ball sitting right here in my lap.
He swears by him. So, I mean, take it forward as well, man.
Mel, let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
By you putting that hat on, did you see a final score? Did they take out the Lakers tonight?
Yeah, they won.
Yeah.
Well, I knew. That's a transition king, baby. That's a transition king. No, because I saw Mel put that old damn leather cap on. I'm like, I know exactly where he's going. I know exactly where he's going.
Mel used his hat.
Mel do it. Oh my God.
He moved his hat.
You will come to a custom if you watch enough Men Down. Melvin will always throw the subtle hints in there. He like to sprinkle them on like Mama's seasoning. He do it.
Hey, who wanna? So look, man. It's a problem in LA, man.
Man, come on, man. We know that. We know that. We know that. Problem, you know that.
That problem is.
Oh, you ready to go either way? Whoever won.
Well, I mean, come on, man. I mean, courtesy of the sports game, right behind me.
Where's the Brooklyn?
Hey,
my man. All right, we're good now. We're good.
Hey, all things that you see in your view, courtesy of the Sports Cave.
Nice.
The Sports Cave is.
Hey, Mel, let me ask you something. Who's your football team? Are you a Carolina guy, or are you a Cam guy?
Mel is a. He's from Carolina. If he had to choose, he'll tell you I don't have an NFL team.
Yeah,
but if he has to cheer for somebody, he's going to cheer for Carolina.
Yeah. I'm Nick. I'm from North Carolina, so home team. Now it's a funny story. I'll be real quick. I'm not gonna bore you with it, but I used to be a Tar Heel, Panther, and I really didn't have an NBA basketball team.
Oh, you want a Bobcats fan? Come on, man.
No.
I got the blanket right here, bro. I got the Tar Heel blanket right here.
Nick, where you at?
I'm
in
New
Jersey. I'm in Central Jersey.
Okay. But yeah, it was Tar Heels and Panthers, but I removed myself from being a fan because it just wasn't, being a fan just wasn't working for me no more. So
Tar Heels wasn't benefiting?
No, I just like the sports now. It's better for me to watch the sport because I'm such a I'm such a fanatic of the sport itself. Even if I couldn't be like y'all.
Take the emotion out of it, right?
Right. I took the emotion out of it because I like being objective. Plus, I can't be a person that supports bad football or bad basketball. So if my team was playing bad football, I'm just not gonna support it. I'm not a diehard. I'm not gonna be diehard. To me, and no disrespect to nobody, it just don't make sense to me to be diehard for something. I like the sport. I like the science of it. I like to be played.
I no shame in that.
So well. And if my team wasn't playing that way, why would I be watching it? That's my thing. But
I got you. I respect that.
I'm the biggest Cowboy fan, but I'm also the biggest Cowboy critique.
Same here.
Yeah. But it's hard to talk to you about anything that you get emotional about because
it's hard to talk to me about that. I don't want to hear it about that.
About Dak,
and that's emotional. Like we had a conversation about Dallas Cowboys for the last 3 years, me and Corey.
Yeah,
and it don't matter what I said. It's wrong. It just doesn't matter. It's wrong.
It's not Dak's fault.
He's not the only Cowboy fan like that. Like
it's not like so. I'm not. So I am a quintessential Cowboy fan. My first picture was on the Cowboy blanket. You know what I mean? So my parents laid me on the Cowboy blanket with a Cowboy football, and that's what I took my first picture as a child in. So I am a Cowboy. Shut up. I am a Cowboy fan, right? But if Dak was to leave the Cowboys, I would watch whoever Dak played for. I'm a big Dak Prescott fan.
That's fair.
That's how I was, and I've talked with this about Lamar. That's how I was with Sam Darnold, because his rookie year, there's a place called like I Play America. It's like a sporting type of place, like video games, paintball. It's great for kids, and it does celebrity concerts, signings. There's a little hall next door, like 8,000 people. It fits. There's always signings there and meet and greets. And it was my daughter's birthday. It was Sophia's 8th birthday. And I got her a ticket. A friend of mine had another ticket. I bought both kids. And when he met her, I'm standing there. The kids went up. I didn't get to go up. And I'm like, yo, it's her birthday. And he started singing happy birthday and led the crowd in singing happy birthday to my daughter.
Oh, yeah.
And right then and there, we became fans of the person for life.
Yeah.
So I'm a little biased with my opinions on Sam because we met him. And my daughter gets in the car as we're driving home, and didn't say a word for like 10 minutes. And all of a sudden, this little 8-year-old girl goes, "That was like the best feeling in the world being up there with him. That I felt like I was floating." Me and my son look at each other. I go, "Oh my God, she's in love."
Yeah. I get it.
And look,
so like when you get an emotional attachment to somebody and they give something like that to like your kid on her birthday, something she'll never forget. Like I hope he succeeded.
So I'll show you something. Nick.
Corey, Corey,
you've been drinking. No. Don't take that out.
Corey,
no, we can't. So last thing. This ball here. So at training camp. So I went to training camp a couple years ago, and I'm like, training camp is like 5 minutes down the road where the Cowboys do their training camp. And I left work. I was like, the hell with this, I'm gone. I leave work. I go to training camp. I left my tennis shoes at home, so I went in my uniform. I just walked in the practice facility in my uniform. And they let me down on the field. I'm in the Navy.
Oh, God bless you.
They let me down. Thanks, bro. Yep.
I got I got the hat on right now for you. I got the troops hat.
Salute service. Gotcha.
Yes, sir.
So don't thank him for his service. He do it for the money. He don't do it for y'all.
Mel ain't shit, dog.
hey, the money don't hurt. So when I went on the field, Defense was right there by us. Like, dude just let me on the field, told me have a good practice. So I'm just walking around the field. I just stayed in one spot. Offense came over next. And they were throwing the ball, and Dak was catching the ball. And I said, I'll catch it for you. He was like, come on. So we just kind of had a conversation, talking back and forth. And then they offense took the field. I had the ball in my hand. I was like, where do you want this? He's like, keep it. It's yours. So he gave it to me. Here's my comment to that. You think I give a damn about what Melvin thinks?
Melvin. I didn't even say
it's Melvin.
Before we move on to Lakers, Chicago, do anybody else got any other feel good stories?
Nah, I'm good. I'm good, bro. I'm good.
On how they became a man fan. Nobody else.
No, I'm good, dog. I ain't got no team stories, man. I ain't met nobody. Well, I
ain't got no
I did meet Derek Thomas and Neil Smith when I was 8, but I won't. Yo, y'all wild, dog.
And nobody give a damn about. Nobody give a damn about me.
Nick, don't let my secret out, man, because I'm about to start covering Panther stuff, and I gotta masquerade as a fan. that's why you see the Panther stuff behind me and stuff like that, man.
Yeah, that damn helmet ain't spin since you took it out the box, man.
Crazy ass. You stupid, Lamar.
That thing ain't spin since he took it out the box, dog.
Is that actually Christian McCaffrey's helmet? It looks like it'll fit his little ass.
It might. Now, Christian built like Incredible Hulk now, though, man. That's why he keep having them hamstring injuries, though.
That's what I'm saying. That might be part of the problem. Too much muscle.
He's starting to be like a Watt. He's too muscular, and everything's starting to pop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you know he putting that weight on because he know he ain't built to be an every down back, and he's trying to prove that he is. It's the same thing Reggie Bush did.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but
and then that made them less durable. It was like counterproductive.
Yep. But
take 10 pounds off Christian McCaffrey and put his ass in slot receiver, man. You got the best slot receiver in the NFL.
I said trade for Saquon Barkley. Let Barkley take the tackles and let McCaffrey be the back out of the backfield. Kind of like what I said earlier about with Dillon and Jones. Let Dillon do the thumping. Let Jones be the weapon.
Yeah, Jones another little back that be taking a punishment. But you're right, man. If Christian McCaffrey just look and study Percy Harvin, that can be him. He can still get his handoffs.
Yeah,
you know. But he could also catch a lot of passes too.
Percy Harvin,
Percy without the headaches, bro. Hey, Percy, it's a whole. It's a whole lot of people in the NFL that would tell you Percy Harvin is the best athlete they've ever seen.
Cam Newton said that. He was on the I Am Athlete podcast, and he said when he was at Florida, he said hands down Percy Harvin is the best football player he ever seen with his own 2 eyes.
Yeah, man. Percy was that dude.
Yeah, he was.
Percy was.
He had a lot of jaw-dropping moments. He was a Jet for a minute, and a Bill, and we played against him, and I think he burned us.
Yeah,
but he just wasn't consistent enough. He couldn't stay on the field, and just
damn headaches, man.
Maybe it was here just missing. You know, he had all.
No, it was what's called migraine headaches.
Yeah, his migraines was pretty bad.
He had horrible migraine.
I think he also said there was not a game he didn't play where he wasn't high on weed. But I think that was out of necessity.
And he beat up Golden Tate.
I heard about that. That's why he got traded. But anyway. I'm determined to introduce this LA Chicago so we can do it in 15 minutes. So I'll go ahead and try again. LA and Chicago played tonight. Chicago blew them out. Westbrook got his numbers, but typical Westbrook, he took everybody else out of the game. DeMar DeRozan went for almost 40. Zach LaVine did his thing.
Can I ask a question?
And Vucevic didn't even play.
Can I ask a question? Let
me get to my first question.
That same bias that you show towards Russell and Lamar and LeBron James is the same thing Nick does with Aaron Rodgers and Cam Newton.
You think so?
I know so.
Wait.
What do I do with Aaron Rodgers?
Are you saying that?
Not you. I'm just saying, Nick. I'm just saying the same bias. It's the same thing.
I don't have a bias.
Yes, you do. You hate Russell. You hate Russell Westbrook. Anything you say about Russell Westbrook is negative. And you may not know it, but it is.
Hey, but Russell Westbrook gives you all the opportunities to talk negative about him.
The first question I wanted to ask when you said he got his numbers, I wanted to say, how many turnovers? Like, that's the only number I care about. If they only scored 103, I'm saying he had 8 turnovers at least.
Surprisingly, no, he only had 4 this game.
Only had 4. Hey,
really?
but here's my thing. This is like his efficiency, his plus minus has been terrible.
Of course.
Like what was it the other day? It was like what minus 32, and I'm just like,
how is that even possible?
How do you expect to win with? But it's not just him. Look at the whole Lakers starting 5. They're all in the negatives.
I was gonna say it's the Lakers starting 5. Don't just say it's Russ. It's the Lakers starting 5.
Well, but Russ compiles it because he's a point guard. He's the one.
Right. Exactly. He's the one that's handling the ball the most.
Yeah,
he's the one that's handling the ball the most.
The reason why I bring that name up is because the Lakers are not clicking in a way where they make you believe that they're going to be a team to beat down the line. We know everybody ain't going to be clicking on all cylinders coming out of the gate, but you should be at least showing signs and progressing that, okay, they're going to put it together. The way they look now, I'm not surprised. So all I'm trying to do now is say, okay, what's the solution? And
trade everybody.
Get rid of them all. Let LeBron do his job. Let him be the best general manager of all time and get a new team.
I think that might be what's going to happen. I think Russ will get traded before the deadline.
But you gotta trade
take that contract.
You gotta trade him. You gotta trade him for a quality player
though. At this point, I think
take whatever the hell you want. At this point. Hey, but you know what? You might
not even need to get a good player in return. You might just be able to move him, and it'd be a successful trade. Because now, like, I'm not being an asshole. Like, he's there to fill in for LeBron. He's there to be the catalyst when LeBron is out. When LeBron comes back, LeBron's playing the PowerPoint. We all know that. LeBron's not going down the post at the stage of his career. He's not waiting on the wing to shoot jump shots. He's going to have the ball. So I think if you move Westbrook, it's addition by subtraction.
Yeah, and I hate using that, but this is the only time I feel like it's kind of accurate, man. Like, because when you get rid of Russ, then it gives you more opportunity to play Rondo, which is what they need.
Because they need a point guard.
But here's the thing. Rondo is not going to do what LeBron does. Rondo ain't gonna handle the rock when LeBron's on the court. Are you serious?
And he can't.
He's not.
But the difference between Rondo and Russ is if Rondo do have the rock when LeBron's on the court, you can trust that the players that should be getting the ball is going to get it. With Russ,
so LeBron is going to turn into a catch and shoot guy. With Rondo.
No, he's not going to turn into a catch and shoot. What I'm saying is, you got Carmelo and Anthony Davis on the floor with Rondo, one other guy in LeBron. The ball's not going to stick with Rondo. It's going to be moving around, and he's going to be a floor drainer. Russ is not. He's not doing that. I seen Carmelo hit 3 threes in a row, and then couldn't even get the ball for the game winner because Russ wanted to take the last shot.
And it was an ugly 3-point shot too. Oh my gosh!
I saw the perfect description of Westbrook. I think it was a day or two ago. It was a meme, and it said, Russell Westbrook has the shooting ability of Ben Simmons, but the shooting confidence of Steph Curry. How does this fucking happen? Is that the best description?
I saw that same description, bro. I laughed when I saw it.
He shoots like Ben, but he thinks he's Steph Curry.
Yeah. It's not a good look. It's not a good look, man. What's the solution?
When you're on that stage, you can get away with that shit in Oklahoma City. You get away with that shit in Washington. You're in LA, you ain't getting away with that shit on a nightly basis because you're under the magnifying glass there.
Well, look,
you're on the stage.
He's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer just based on getting triple doubles.
Oh my gosh,
that's it.
Yeah.
And it's a phrase with Westbrook, but where are the wins? I say this to Lamar all the time. All flash, no substance. Like, there's no wins that come with it. If you control the ball that much and you produce that much, you're gonna stack numbers. But this league's about winning.
Did you know that Russell Westbrook led teams, despite him being in double digits as assists, his teams was always in the lower half of assists as far as team assists.
Mm-hmm.
Team production was low. His production was high.
Yeah,
how is anyone else going to get an assist? No one else touches the fucking ball.
Exactly. See, I'm glad
it's
you
know
ball
control. you got to rotate the ball.
I'm glad
you got to
rotate
the ball and have other guys passing it. But he passes it at the end of the shot clock.
It's the same thing in Dallas. It's the exact same thing.
No, but Jason Kidd's there now, and he's weaning Luke off of that play style.
And and you can see the difference.
It's working.
Because
Porzingis is more involved. He's
right,
involved.
and you can see what's the point guard's name? Trey Burton. You can see Trey Burton. Trey Burton is the one that's actually.
Is it Trey Burke or Brunson?
Burton.
Bronson. It's Bronson.
Bronson. Yeah. You can see him. He handles the ball a lot more in this new offense.
Hey, Dallas is a whole different team this year.
They're good. I like the way they look.
Just off of changing that play style of not being Luka being ball heavy on everything. They're a total different team. And
I like the way they look.
And to answer your question on how to fix it, this goes back to I think I said it on your show or my show. When you bring LeBron in, an aging superstar, he's still a superstar, but he's aging, and that is your foundation to build around. But every year and year out, everything around him keeps changing. There's no continuity. There's no anything that transitions that shows winning team basketball because he's the only consistent piece, and everything around him is always changing. But he's showing the inability to stay healthy lately.
Point. That's a great point.
LeBron,
there's no youth growing into their roles.
LeBron has lived like that his entire career. This is what LeBron does.
And you're right, Corey, but at this stage in his career, when he's aging, he's already showing the inability to stay healthy so far this year.
This is the first time this has happened.
No. Since he's put on the Lakers,
it's the first time he's picked 37-year-old guys to join him.
But
he's usually picked guys in their prime who were younger, but now all his boys are old. I said to Lamar the other day, you got Davis, you got Carmelo, you got Westbrook. Who's the center?
Dwight
Howard.
Dwight.
Don't they have Gasol?
Drummond. They got Drummond and Dwight.
Don't they have Marcus?
No. Drummond's in Philly.
They got rid of Gasol.
Okay.
I think I want to say Gasol retired.
Would you rather take the group and the cast that he has now, or would you rather take Lonzo Ball, Ingram, Kuzma, Randall, and who's the other one just went? Who's on the Bulls? Caruso?
Got rid of them.
Yeah, Caruso.
You take those five instead of what you have now, and you are a legit contender.
Look at LeBron since he's gotten LA. Every young talent that was around him is thriving in other places. And I'm like, you could have had that alongside of you, and you could have molded all those young dudes into some monsters and had a great squad, and you'd have been okay with missing time because you got the pieces that can still pick up the slack. You got old timers who's just as old as you that had flame on their name 5-6 years ago, but is not like that no more. I just don't get how the structure of the Lakers have been going.
Look,
it's always been to appease their stars.
I think
Kobe, LeBron, it's always been appeasing the stars because that's what LA is all about, the city itself.
Sure. But I think what you just said, it's kind of hindsight to LeBron. I think what he was really thinking about when he first came is I want
to win now.
I want to win now, number one. But number two is the guys that you just named. If he would have kept them, they wouldn't
be the same players.
They wouldn't be competitive the first 2 years he was there. This year would have been the first year they was competitive.
But those players also, you could argue, to counter my own point, those players may have evolved because they weren't there with LeBron. And they may be the players that they are now because they're on teams where they have the opportunity and they're not getting buried because they're not one of Bron's boys.
Possibly. But and also when you playing with LeBron, it's one of those, I mean, he invented the ball dominant player that does everything, the points, the assists, and the rebound. He invented that. What Harden, Luka, and Westbrook is doing, that came straight from LeBron, right? He started that. No one else was winning like that. LeBron was able to win like that, but in order for LeBron to win like that, his sidekick had to be another guy equal or close to equal to his talent. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like no other superstar other than Shaq and Kobe had somebody that was equal to their talent in their prime. Shaq and Kobe was it. Pippen wasn't equal to Michael. Kareem wasn't in his prime no more, so he wasn't.
You're not throwing Keith Van Horn and Kerry Kittles in there? Shame. Shame.
Right. But listen, everywhere LeBron has won, he's had a number one caliber player in his prime beside him, whether it was Wade, Kyrie, or AD. Right, that's the only way that play style works. You have to have a number one. You have to have MJ beside you in order for it to work.
I will say this: I know the East was shit back then, but if you look at the starting lineup of his first when they lost to the Spurs and the first time he made it to the finals, oh my god! Like Drew Gooden was his number 2. Like Drew Gooden, it was 3 years later. It was like bagging at Walmart.
Yeah, no, it was big.
He was like the number 2 guy on Bron's first first finals team.
That was Big Z, and Mo Williams was his number 1 and number 2. And Mo Williams was the all-star.
But
and
that's like Rick Smits.
No, but juxtapose that to his anybody that was a contender on the East. Like when you look at, like you just said, Rick Smits. So when Reggie Miller had Rick Smits, Reggie Miller is nowhere near LeBron as a number 1, and his number 2 was equal, or if not less than what LeBron had as a number 2. That was all over the East.
God, yeah.
Gilbert Arenas
that was a different era of basketball. Sure. That was before this no defense, offensive explosion. Everyone shoot threes, like kind of took over. Like that was right the end of an era.
Yeah. So LeBron just ran through the East, man. His only competition was Gilbert Arenas and Antoine Jameson, with the Wizards or
Big
Reggie
Three in
Miller.
Boston.
No, before.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're saying before, because the Big Three in Boston was 2008.
Yeah, he was talking about LeBron's first.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Which was 04?
That was 07, 06, 07. Somewhere around there.
Something like that. Yeah. There was no competition.
06 was the Heat, right? With Shaq and Wade?
Probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was against the Mavericks,
Yeah. But yeah, my whole thing on the Lakers is they probably need to make some changes. I mean, because they're not going to drop Russell Westbrook's minutes with how much they're paying him.
No,
I just don't see that happening.
So that leaves them stuck in the same shit. it leaves them stuck in the same shit. But this is why I think it goes back to how the team is constructed, because they had Buddy Hield ready to pack his bags to go to LA, and then all of a sudden, literally,
should have bought him.
No, bro, they had the deal done, and then like 2 hours later, it's like, nah, we're gonna go Russell Westbrook.
Why you think they did that? Why Russ?
LeBron handpicks these guys.
Yeah, but why would LeBron want Russ over the shooter that he always seems to have?
So just in case he's out,
career where he's going to start doing load management, and he wanted maybe somebody who could play and not be as good as him, but somebody who could play the ball in hand and facilitate things, knowing that he's not playing 80 games anymore. He's probably going to play about 50, 55 at most, maybe
60.
But that's
max.
just where he is. No, he ain't playing 60 because he's already missed like 12, right?
Yeah, so well, he's not gonna play 60 now this year. No,
I mean,
but he's at the point where he's doing load management, and even though
is this the Swan song?
Oh no, he'll be back.
No, he's waiting for his son. He's waiting for his son, and he'll take whatever role he's got to take, and I think he wants to play with his son, and he'll set himself up to be a free agent the year he comes out.
What's his son? How old is his son now? 17?
Sophomore.
So you got to be
a junior now.
Junior. He did a dunk the other day, and his head was at the rim. Did you see that?
It was nasty.
His head was rim level that was impressive.
That was real nasty, man. Real nasty.
He's I've noticed it here in the last couple of years. Like he's definitely grown. Like he's tall. Because he was such a I was like, this is kind of a small kid, but I always see now 6'4".
He's a heck of an athlete, man, for sure.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Heck of an athlete. But Corey, before we leave, man, you really think I got a bias with Russell Westbrook? And you said LeBron. And what you say about LeBron?
Huh?
What'd you say about LeBron?
Like, you give LeBron a pass on a lot of things.
I do.
I don't know, Corey. I don't know about that. Mel's always been a forefront to get on Bron. I don't know, dog.
He's quick to get on Bron when people say he's better than Jordan.
He's quick to LeBron. People say.
I don't know, because Mel kind of dropped that joint on the page the other day out of the blue, talking about the what did you say the other day on the Facebook page, Mel? You just dropped it.
Mel does that. Mel does that to get you.
Why is it that other players leave LeBron and improve their game? And I was like, well, come on, Mel. You know the truth. You don't ask that question that people know the answer to. They don't want to admit to it.
Because everybody in the page, he knows he'll get that whole page riled up because everybody always be right. Yeah, man, he get that page. Every time he do something like that, he do it. And I call him when he do it. Like, you did that to get it cracked. And what does it do? You just hear
it gets cracking, dog. Hey, them works be going off the chain, dog.
Bro, I'll be like, man, I put something crazy on Facebook.
Hey, y'all gotta send Nick.
Leaders gotta lead, bro. We all lead differently.
Nick, you gotta get in that man down page and just watch when it comes to Jordan LeBron debate, man.
No, I'm about to send you the invite right now. No, I'm about to send you the invite right now, because
bro, that page is so crazy, man.
Bro, Mel be a fire starter in a heartbeat, dog. But he not wrong about that take, though.
No, but what he says is he does it, and then he'll send me a text message and be like, "Che, look at Facebook. Look at Facebook.
No, I don't.
Check out Facebook."
Corey's lying.
Boy, stop! I'll show you our damn text feed. Look what I did on Facebook. Hey,
I wouldn't put it past you, because I know you like to agitate some shit every now and then on the fly. And if people don't get how you sneak shit in there, they ain't gonna see it. But
you don't never see what I be doing. Every time he puts something, I put a Jordan thing on there with him laughing, or I put that where he got 6 rings and he doing like this. Hey, that makes people so mad, bro.
So let me ask this: what's the take? It's LeBron is better, or there's no way LeBron is better than Jordan?
There's no way. There's no way.
What's Mel's comment? Does Mel say it to get people going?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, okay. All right. You don't believe that though, right, Mel?
No, I've never said LeBron's better than Jordan.
Okay.
No. What he will do is he will put something where it shows that Jordan is better than LeBron, and it gets all the younger crowd on the page. It gets them.
Fucking kids don't know. But how old are you guys? I'm 43, so I'm older.
40.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we all around the same age.
Okay,
yeah. So no. Y'all around the same age. I'm still young and tender. I'm 34, baby. PYT over here.
I'm not young millennial.
I'm PYT over here.
That explains a lot, Nick. That explains a lot.
What you say about?
Like,
I said that explains a lot.
About him or about me?
About him.
About Lamar.
About him. But
yeah,
I mean, yeah, it gets the juices flowing, and I mean, and they'll go off rather than these stats about how LeBron makes everybody better around him, and I'll come through and just shut it down. But I'm guilty of the same thing. I am, because I'll just say something just to get comments, just to make everybody mad, and it pisses them off.
So what I dropped in the other day, Nick, I just dropped a video of Michael Jordan on his his second three-peat. And it was just a highlight of him just destroying Ray Allen. And his feet didn't touch the paint, not one. It was all jump shots. And he barely dribbled the ball. It was just catch and shoot, catching the fadeaway, 2 dribble pull up, just stuff like that. And my caption was, even at the age of 36, and I think he was 34 on that video, because that's when Ray Allen was a rookie, but same thing was happening when he was 36. I said, at the age of 36, when you are highly skilled, you don't have to explode to the rim to get your baskets. But on the other hand, LeBron at 36 is still trying to get to the rim for his points, and he can't last 82 games playing like that. And it just
he's
goes
got
over
a
the
lot
head.
of miles on those legs. Like he's played the equivalent, I think, of 3 or 4 more seasons just in playoff games.
Yeah, man.
And multiple Olympics. Like he's got a lot of miles. He's one of those guys that can fall off really quickly with how much his body's been through.
It's starting to when he's been in LA, man.
But he built different though. He got that Adrian Peterson.
Nobody except Tom Brady beats Father Time.
When you're not getting touched. When you're not getting touched, you better play for a long time.
Well, we gotta be real about.
You got a better chance of hitting the president than you do Tom Brady.
It's true.
We gotta be real about 2 things. We gotta be real about 2 things. All right. Number one, Brady and LeBron are both on some type of steroids. Let's just be honest, right?
TB12, man. It's the new Balco. I said it to Lamar last week.
Yeah, they on
new
something.
Balco. Whatever TB12 is, man.
They on something. And number 2 is Barry Bonds was never on anything. That's just me. Barry Bonds is clean.
So let me counter that.
Is this the Facebook group? Did you just fucking throw something out there to get everybody going nuts?
Let me counter this.
He laughing and cheesing.
So let me counter this. Let me counter this by saying this. Barry Bonds never tested positive for anything. Facts. But how does your head go from a 6 7/8 your rookie year to a size 8 when you retire?
I think you got the answer to that, Corey, because I'm looking at your head now.
But you know what? My head was this size my rookie year.
I need to see the picture of you on the cowboy blanket to see the size of the head. Then
my head. I went to the doctor. My mom. Ask my mom on the man down page. I went to the doctor when I was like 2 because they said there's something wrong with that boy's head. He got fluid on his brain. I had a big ass head. I've been having this head my whole life.
Oh, I can't.
I've been having this head my whole life. I'm okay with it now.
That good boy head look like the Philadelphia Liberty Bell.
I take it.
All right, man. We might as well end the show on that note, man. Hey, fellas, let's do this again, man. I appreciate y'all stopping by, man.
No worries, man. Thanks for having me. It was great meeting you.
Look, make sure you go and check out the Sports Cave at sportscavetruck.com or sportscave310 on Instagram.
Oh, God.
And go purchase a hat, purchase a jersey. Tell a man down sent you. You get a discount. Also, if you're not subscribed to us on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to us on YouTube and share the page so we can get more people. And then last but not least, make sure you follow us or listen to us on whatever your podcast platform is, whether it's Apple or Google Podcasts or Spotify or iHeart or any of those things, man. Check us out. Check out ILW Sports as well. Download that app. And you can find them at their website as well. And you can also find them on all streaming platforms that have podcasts. Show them some love over there as well. And stay classy, Nick. We'll catch you on the next one.
And before we leave, I'm going to throw my grenade. Fuck Cam Newton. I was like,
there we have it. There we have it.
All right, y'all, man.
Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
All right, no doubt, man. Yep.